Welcome to the Tokyo Archives. I'm Vincent, I'm joined by Eugen and Danny, and we're gonna go through our little trip together. Here we go, first day in Tokyo. This is in Meguro. We met up with Shintaro and Kaji and someone else. It's only those two, right?
I think at the beginning we only met those guys and later we met some other guys too. But yeah, fun fact, the kickouts over there are really polite, really nice. No pressure at all actually. Oh, that spot was so beautiful. Unbelievable. And it was right next to the station, right?
Yeah, just behind the Meguro station there's a big mall, and then on the back there's this rail, the Curved Kings.
Curved King rail line. Probably never touched.
So many untouched spots in this city.
It's crazy. Ooh, I'm trying to figure out.
Too many kids were there.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, this was like the first spot, but a bit crowdy, and I was a tiny bit under pressure because the locals told us that we can get kicked out pretty fast.
Which we did.
Yeah, which actually happened. This is why I tried something simpler. Still not that easy, but I didn't try to go super technical on that spot because I didn't want it to waste too much time. I was really enjoying for Mufti. Let's do it. For the second angle, I didn't say it, but I wanted to try the same line, but with both sides back Savannas. Just because we risking it, we will get kicked out, so fuck that. But we got kicked out anyway. So we were always going step by step. Quick warm up, then the guys already building up the camera, me starting out, and then going with the tricks.
So basically, never any warm up. So this is also in Meguro.
Oh, that one.
We're with Shintaro and Kaji. Kaji is known for his immaculate Instagram account with every single spot in the Tokyo area you could ever dream of.
Fun fact, this is like a super nightmare spot for me. Because I love rails, most people probably know, but I really hate steep rails because it always feels to me like falling because you're so fast and you barely feel it. So I tried to convince myself to do a front top with like almost a reverse thing for a steep rail, but it worked. Oh, the wave spot.
It's also a nice random spot find.
Yeah, it's like spot paradise. Everywhere these kind of stuff. This one was so thick.
Yeah, then we got Shintaro and Kaji.
Oh
yeah,
fuck.
this one.
Oh.
Yeah, this was like the first day, first encounter, a magic spot, and then eventually we get kicked out of this one as well. Yeah, so this is the park of an office building in Meguro. Didn't really have that much time before security came the first time and kicked us out, but then I think we kept skating for a little bit, and then he came back, and then we left.
I remember tiny fun facts on this one. There used to be wooden pieces on it, right? When Shintaro was skating it.
Yeah, on the bench.
Yeah, on the bench. And with the wooden pieces, I couldn't even try the line because I would get stuck. But they removed it, so I could do the top asset and then me dying on it. Then rolling on the bench thingy. Shintaro. It's the only way it works actually. Oh! So yeah, I tried to half gap asset with the right leg and then jumping or falling down onto a true top asset on the last tiny crab piece. And I almost got there, but like always, I was playing around too much and like got out of the routine. Like here.
Yeah, you can see it there, your foot gets stuck in the crack between the curb and the bench.
Super crazy. Yeah, and every time I got focused, I had to take a break because some people are coming by or something, so we got kicked out and it was done. Oh, my dream spot.
And this is the dream spot. Eugen was planning on this trick way before we even came to Tokyo. We seen the picture on Kaji's Instagram, and he already decided the trick, so he decided to go for it, but it started raining.
This was actually the trick, but with the true spin. I tried to true spin front hog to switch backside fast slide. The switch up actually works pretty well, and you saw it, I did it without the true spin a few seconds ago. But when I was trying it with the true spin, for sure, it's understandable, hopefully. It's a bit gnarly and scary because it's not a king, So you can fall in between both rails, which is actually pretty dangerous, like in this second right now. So yeah, I played around for a bit longer, and then I already felt bad, and the guys already like asked me if I should maybe change something up.
Yeah, the old guy showed up earlier in the day, and then he was alright with us hanging out there, but then when he came back he realized we were skating the rail, and then he instantly called the cops. And with the rain we just decided to wrap it up. It's the first day in Tokyo.
But in the end all is fine. The one I landed without the torque, and instead the front valve was so good.
It's a classic scene. A rainy Tokyo with the crossing.
Animes on the huge screen on the side.
Yeah, here's second day in Ikebukuro.
It's a windy night.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Oh, you remember which day it was? It was the night after we came back, being a full day on Trap Island. And
Oh shit!
this was that night.
So Trap Island is Odaiba. And we spent a whole day out there and we couldn't find anything because they were having like some festival.
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest. Yeah,
Oktoberfest.
German Oktoberfest. Oh.
And we couldn't skate anything.
So we got back home.
Then at night we decided to go out, we shoot some stall shots and some scenery, and then we found these spots in Ikebukuro.
Which been actually pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely a good addition to the clip roster.
Move the switch. Tea kettle, true spin tea kettle.
I hope this is yes, mom.
So this is Hikarigaoka. This is Yuto Suzuki's hometown, and he decided to take us out for a full day of skating and show us a lot of good old classic Tokyo spots. You've probably seen this spot in some other videos.
Come on.
It's probably one of the best handrails in Tokyo.
Probably one of the best handrails ever. I'm not lying, I'm always saying it to a few rails if I fell in love with them. But this rail, even with the tiny donkey tail at the end, it was just perfect. The run up and the landing, it was not too narrow, not too steep, it was just perfect. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one, it's amazing.
Yeah, you can see the other guys chilling on the side, just enjoying the show.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I remember we didn't been leaving, like we've been at least almost 1 hour there, because even after me finishing the clips, I was still like playing around, and then he filmed it for our Instagram and stuff. A lot of old people going up.
Yeah, after skating this rail, Eugen's looking at the fucked up rail on the side, and then he decides he's gonna do a trick on that one as well.
Yeah, and this was the debut of my brother finally getting super close on the fisheye. Yeah, he was really hungry to try it out. Danny, what are you thinking about that? Say something too.
I don't know.
Are you happy with the clip?
It's okay. Not the best, but it's okay.
Come on, bro, nobody would get closer.
Yeah, it's sick that it's like a stair bash to Royale, and then a switch or fakey stair bash.
Yeah.
Nice little choreographed line right here.
Ooh, yeah. The funky place with all the tiny creative spots. It was like super crazy. I
With the
remember.
brick quarters.
Yeah, brick quarter pipes and oh, dude, if like the creative guys would go into this place, they could stay there forever and film a whole video. This was insane.
Yeah.
Like tiny waves all over the place, and I had a bit of hard time. Look at this, me eating shit on a tiny one. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, and all the people were super nice out there. I remember like nobody kicked us out at this place.
Yeah, on this one it was fine.
Yeah.
It felt like it was gonna be a secure kick-out spot, but this is just underneath that previous
Yeah.
spot, and We actually got kicked out from this one. The cops came because there's a police station next to us.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Since nobody kicked us out on top, but on the ground, like probably more people saw us or something.
And we were kind of running around in the streets.
Oh, the wrong placed grind stopper spot. So guys, can you imagine if the city is building you perfect marble curbs and putting grind stoppers on it, but on the inside instead of the outside, so you can actually skate it proper? So yeah, I tried a channel move, like by purpose, because the channel is super dangerous on this, since you can touch the grind stoppers if you go too deep, and this was like kind of like a challenge for me, so I was going for these tricks on this spot, instead of, I don't know, fish brains or topsides or whatever. Oh my god, this one. This felt actually like a spot right out of a video game. Look at this, the run-up is going down. It's this tiny knee-high chromas with enough landing and enough time in between those to do another jump on the rail. It's insane, it's just unreal. Oh, yeah, after a few minutes I already figured out what I wanted to do. I was trying to do
the triple illusion royale.
Look at this! It looks so funky. Oh,
like I remember you saying that it probably wouldn't be possible, but then after a couple of tries, when you got up on the last one, it's like, yeah, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
Just a matter of a little bit of time and training, and then...
Yeah, it happened a lot actually on this trip, like when I was thinking, I don't know if it's possible in the beginning, and then just playing around and figuring it out. Like the same at this point. First I was just happy about all royales, but then even the backslide one, boots, just happened, and I was like, oh my god.
I can hear you say it. Oh, I can't believe it even worked.
This is the best thing if you're surprised by your own. Ooh, dang.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't even saw this one.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Oh yes, this guy was so nice. It's a photographer, local.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't get surprised, viewers out there, everybody was way too nice and way too humble to us. In Europe we would get beat up for a few of the things we done over there. Oh yeah, shout out to Kirill Galushka for inspiring me years ago with parallel Marcus and parallel fish brains. And shout out to, I think, Carsten Stearns. He mentioned once about like playing around with cross grabs and swapping them into parallels. But he was talking to me back then in Shred Cologne years ago about talks, cross grab talk. And I was rethinking it and pushing it into this backside version of it. Oh yeah, and a tiny switch backside with a grab. I learned them a while ago. I wanted to film them on the streets.
The triple shotgun rail in Hikarigaoka Park.
Oh yes.
Unreal spot.
Totally unreal.
Yeah, when we saw it, we looked at it and
Yes,
it's like,
yes,
this
yes.
is so dangerous. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, 3 tries in, Eugen lays this one, and then you can hear me laughing from the surprise.
Oh, and even my face when I'm landing, I'm just like shaking my head like, oh my god. It was really dangerous. Almost too soft chroma rail, was bending a lot. Oh yeah, when we left home, we got back to the playground next to the handrail.
Yeah, most of them have this softer ground too. It's not hard cement, it's like soft mat. So it does make it a little bit more difficult, and like it's covered with sand sometimes, but...
Yeah, so if you're off the wavy rails and funny architecture spots are like classical, Tokyo skateboard spots. But again, like probably not a lot of raw betas hits this one. I don't think so.
No.
It was pretty scary to skate it. Whee! Yes.
Very nice one. Good finish to the day.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Vending machines.
All over the place.
Oh yeah, this is the little handicap rail that was just around the corner from our apartment we were renting. And
This was our local spot.
yeah, that was like the perfect little chill spot around the corner, and then I spotted it out like 3 days before Eugen and the guys came, and then already like, oh shit, we have to skate this one. This is the first day Danny's got the gimbal out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This was like the day when I actually wanted to take a day off. I tried to. You've been chilling a bit in the city, and Danny and me didn't know if we should like go to a shrine and chill or if I should clip up, and then I convinced Danny to get another clippy. And yeah, like always, give me a flat rate and I can always figure something out. I was playing around with a few funny rewind switch up ideas I had, and then I came up with a thingy I did a while ago with like kicking heel moves. I don't know where I found it. Probably another inspiration from a dude online. But yeah, I tried to put it into my switch up. And first, it's like always, it's like a typical Enin thing. First, it worked pretty fast, and then me clipped it up pretty early. But for the second angle with the gimbal, I think, yeah, tiny doggos. For the second angle, it took me like another hour because I came out of it. And yeah, this is a funny side story. They have like a local meeting for the dog owners in that park. Look at this. All the dog owners. And the corgi owner was a bit older grandpa guy. And his dog was probably older than me.
This is the second perspective.
Yeah.
Like, without the gimbal, only freehand. Super slow-mo, and yeah.
Sorry, Danny, took me too
No, that's
long.
fine. It was a bit hard for me like to film it because I was like rolling fakey with my skateboard and like trying not to shake that much, and yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda worked, but as you can see, Eugen eats a lot of shit.
I was struggling. It's like I don't know if it's only me, but I think it's a lot of rollerbladers. Vince probably know it better than me from other guys. Like sometimes I'm landing a really hard trick, pretty easy and fast. It's like a bit of luck, and then it takes me super long to get it again done, which sucks a lot. Ooh,
oof. Yeah.
that's the fun. And this the second time, it's so funny. Now you can see it's almost, not almost, it's already way darker. But shout out to Sony and Danny's camera. It doesn't,
okay.
it doesn't look that dark actually. It's pretty nice.
Also, this is the Go Miyagi rail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
this one is insane. Look at this. Oh, the corner.
This is in Eifukusho, in a little park.
Yeah, at first I tried to don't do my typical mistake, over-waxing spots. I'm always over-waxing every kind of spot. So I was just waxing a tiny bit and putting a bit more on it if I getting closer to the corner. And I thought like after the corner I will get it first try done. And it worked pretty fast. But I wanted to add a tiny detail and then it took me a bit longer, like always. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it a lot. I was smiling a lot on this one, and
You can see the locals appreciating the work.
yeah.
And also the landing is in sand.
Yeah, it was actually just sandy landing. Yeah, then I finished it with the savannah. And just got a tiny corner around the metal underwater canal thingy. Like when I'm landing back savannah, and then like, oop, tiny corner around it. Nothing happened.
Oh shit, this spot.
Oh, dude.
Tama City.
Yeah. Oh, this city. Rail paradise. Look at this.
Yeah.
I think for the Japanese area, it was actually almost one of the highest rail I skated there. Yeah, but for European standards, it was still not super high, like the typical handicapped rail high we have over here. And it was again like probably never somebody ever skated this one before. It wasn't touched at all.
Scratched like the blind markers on the railway.
Yeah.
So it was like really new.
This was newish. So and I tried a whole rewind switch up. Another funny, tons of funny facts. I showed a few switch ups right before the trip to Vince because I wanted as a present to give to my brother and Vince a few things they would like to see in the video of mine. Because I'm always having new stuff and trying out new switch up. And a few ones that pretty stuck in the head of Vince and Danny, I did them for them. And this one was another special edition. So yeah, I'm budgeting around first my backside food and then my switch dog food into a regular pawn and rewinding out. And after landing it, we've been about to finish and go. And I was happy, but it felt like not respecting the rail enough because it's so beautiful and I felt like I need to do another one. And I didn't want to do the whole switch up switch, but show a switch version of the movement. So I'm doing, instead of a backside to Savannah, I'm doing just an LU pawn, a regular one for me, but switch spin. And then rewinding over the torque into a switch pawn and rewinding again out of it. So I have like several rewind movements, like similar to the switch up before. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful rail.
Yeah, so this is one of Danny's dream tricks, I guess.
Yeah, his requests.
Yeah, request tricks. It's the classical true fish brain to frontside fast slide.
Really old school.
Yeah.
Came to this really like classical rail in Tokyo. They've been sessioning it for probably 20 years, skateboarders and bladers.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, yes.
And again, my OCD-ish. Oh my god, I almost died on this one.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Ugh, you can see my face here.
It's like, oh my god. So my OCD thingy's again going on and me trying to show something different spin in different feeds so I can go on both sides. So I tried to zero spin fast slide to zero spin off. I felt like I didn't saw this trick a lot of times over the years, so I wanted to do it on this spot. Yes. So I had like both fast slides. The right one is in the switch up and the left one in the zero spin. Oh yeah, and we found a few more spots actually in this park. Yeah, we saw the huge king rail at the end of the park, but I didn't been in the mood to kill huge king rails. Vince showed me the stone and I was thinking about a tiny monkey behind Factors for 60.
And I wasn't high enough.
We really liked the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, with all the rocks.
Yeah. And it was
It's like a
pretty
natural
quiet.
transition.
Yeah, quite nice place.
Yeah, this is the entrance to the park. When we first came to the park, we saw this king rail, and we were just laughing at it. At the end, we decided to go back and try it. And Eugen wanted to step from the stone and then land on the stone at the end.
Starting with stones and ending with stones.
Yeah. And the kink is angled too. Like you can see here, it goes out to the right, then it goes down again, and then turns a bit to the left.
Have like weird tiny kinks in it. Yeah, I did it a few times because I wanted to hit the last king too. I was like, hey. I wasn't that fast in the end, but it was more about small details. Oh, totally forgot about this one.
Yeah, this is on our drive back home. Like we went to check out one more spot that was massive, but there was just too many cameras and security guards everywhere, so I had something to eat, and then we found this on the way. It's on like an outdoor workout
Playground.
playground.
Yeah.
Playground
It's like a
slash
gym.
workout place. Gym. So I did something similar in my Kaiser file 1 month before this trip, and it worked not easy, but when I did it for the Kaiser file, Danny and me been pretty surprised how naturally the spin-off worked. Because me and Danny been thinking that I will eat a lot of shit. And after I came to Japan and found this spot, I was rethinking the whole thingy and tried, instead of 360 off, 450 off. And again, it worked pretty easy with no injuries at all. It's sometimes it's amazing how easy stuff can just work out.
So this is the first day we're out with Shintaro in Saitama. It was
Yes.
raining this day. Or it started raining later, but we're on this under roof spot. Also a classic Tokyo rail line spot.
Yeah. What can we say? Just amazing.
It's like 5 rails in a row. Perfect in every aspect.
The ground is perfect. It's amazing.
We can see the camera in the back there, so we're kind of worried about security getting us or busting us, but no one ever showed up.
And again, I'm trying some technical stuff. It took me like 2 more hours to explain all the weird shit I'm always trying out. It's like an alley-oop porn rewind 180, but I put them apart into an alley-oop Marku and then switch backslide with both grabs. And I wanted to try to jump over the rail. You can hear it, I smash into the stairs, because I wasn't fast enough. Another fun fact about me, I'm not the best capping machine. I know people think I'm pretty good at it because I did a few huge bios, but actually I'm good at jumping gaps, but I'm not good at like figuring out the amount of speed I need. So sometimes I'm way too fast or I'm way too slow, and it takes me a few tries to get the right speed. And I think guys who are like pretty good at jumping gaps, they directly know how fast you need to go, like Yotzank and homies of mine, and for me it's always a super hustle. So it took me a few times. So all the technical aspects about the line, like this one and jumping into the tiny thingy, everything was easy, and the 540 movement too, but my jumping over it was like the worst thing for me. Oofty. And you can see like everything is wet on the landing. Yeah, it was really rainy. And Shintaro told me at this cover spots, there used to be all the old school legends, Jeff Stockwell and everybody used to skate there at a huge event, like street competitions, Brosco, everybody been there back then.
Another day out with Kaji, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another rainy day, but we've been like just risking it, which was actually a pretty good decision because everything was drying up that day. Yeah, Kaji showed us this tiny, weird park under a bridge, right?
So funny, so many creative things there.
Yeah.
Also this tiny race.
Then he deleted a few clips
Yeah.
when we came back. Hey, the sticker's already on the spot, which is a sign we've been cheating and coming back.
Yeah, you can see the clock it's like 3-4 hours later as well.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah, we returned to this spot after going through some other spots in this area, and then he fortunately formatted his card, so we went back and got the angles that we lost.
Yeah.
Thank you to Anders Bergen for color grading this.
And again, a few stones and water and mirrored stuff is kind of like a coming back thing in the whole VOD. Like I'm jumping out and landing into stones a few times. Water and mirror effects are here and there, pumping up. This dude is a legend. Oh, it was so jokes. Vince, you want to tell the funny Russian guy story?
Yeah, so basically there's this Russian guy who's living in Japan working, and he's an alcoholic, I would guess. Because he's just hanging out in the park with the locals drinking beers, and he saw us skating, and then he instantly came up, and then Eugen started speaking a little bit of Russian to him. He instantly fell in love with us and hang out there for an hour.
It was so drunk. And the funny thing is, when I started to speak Russian, he was so drunk that he wasn't surprised. His brain was like just talking back in Japanese to me. I was like, bro, you can speak Russian, I understand you. And he was talking Japanese, and then he started to understand, oh, those guys understand Russian. It took him almost 5 minutes. Yeah, funny guy.
You can see there, Eugen hit the grass and stuck his finger straight into the mud and kind of twisted it.
Yeah.
And we all thought he fucking broke the shit out of the finger, but the Russian guy ran off and he got some tape or something.
Yeah. Oh, this is where I hit my ribs. Yeah, I remember I fucked up my whole body on the spot a tiny bit. Yeah, the Russian guy was pretty nice, so he was like getting a bit paranoid and running away and getting some tape for us, and I was taking up my finger hole. So in the end, it was actually a pretty funny and nice local guy. Sometimes, oh!
Rip.
Yeah, rip. Sometimes there's actions. Oh! Can be changed. That's crazy. So yeah, the spots made up. The second movement, I tried to do a true spin, so true spin talk to Marku, negative Marku, and I got stuck with my finger. It happened a few times in my life. I don't have the strongest joints on my fingers. They don't break, but they twist on the outside, like to basketball players or somebody. I usually go to the hospital just to check it, but on this trip it wasn't twisted that bad. I could still move it to the sides and was pretty strong, just to the outside. So I taped my finger pretty hard, and I was too juiced. Maybe it was a bit too dangerous to keep going that day, But in the end, I'm not sad about it. It feels like the right decision because then we found this rail.
Yeah, there were so many spots in this area as well, and would have been a shame to give up this one, for example.
Yeah, so in the end, it was the right decision to keep going. But yeah, like always, first everybody told me, like Danny and Vince, oh, you can keep it easy, just shoot some tiny clips here and there. You don't need big stuff, we can still clip it up the next days. But yeah, you know the deal if you film with hyperactive and strong-minded guys like me. I tried a tiny alley-oop topsoul and then it ended up in some crazy other decisions. But yeah, I'm quite happy. Nothing. It's a funny thing. On this spot, nothing serious happened. I was super safe.
Serious. You smashed like 10 times into the rocks.
Yeah, but again, rocks everywhere. But only with my ass, all fine. Yeah. But look at this. So yeah, I was falling in love with a grabbed alley-oop topsoul idea. And it took me a long while. Not because of falling far side actually. I was just afraid because, yeah, exactly, of this bail. This was my main... this was my main fear. And after it happened, maybe people can understand that feeling a bit. Like after the worst bail is happening, you're kind of not so afraid anymore because your brain understands that, oh, you're actually not dying. So you're less afraid and then you're just exactly like this. I just fall a few times on my ass after this twice. And I was getting closer to the wall rail. And I was really, really happy. Like, I was smiling during a few times a lot. I was really enjoying the whole process. It felt like I was leveling up my game because I landed a few grabbed alley-oop topsouls in my life on a few rails, but never a king rail and never this distance. Like, if you're doing a tippy-tappy grind, you can still like just fly in and grind over the spot. But here you really have to go through the whole thing. This felt pretty satisfying. Yes. So yeah, this area had a few crazy spots. So I couldn't stop.
Yeah, this is just around the corner as well.
Yeah.
Still spotted out when I was looking for a vending machine, and then came back and told the guys about this super high rail with a little kicker on it.
Felt like almost like a lounge to grind and a skate park. For sure a bit more dangerous with drop and rocks and everything. But the flight was pretty nice, the landings, the run-up, everything. Felt pretty perfect with this one.
So this is another day. This is Ryugoku, a day we spent with Tatsunori Miyamoto.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him.
He got off work and he came join us in his suit and tie, and he took us around and showed us some nice spots.
Ooh, this one was super funny. But again, like you won't see it yet, but the next days after my pinky accident, I'm going a bit into a spiral of injuries. Like always, I didn't want it to chill. I just kept blading and blading, so I wasn't that focused anymore, and fell a few times pretty bad.
This is like a week in, like
Yeah.
8-9 days in or something, like 8 days in maybe.
Yep.
And you can see more and more like bandages and plasters on Eugen's body, like the finger and the hand,
Looks like
wrapping.
10 days of war on the streets, me getting injured every day. But it's not that serious, we are just rocking around, so don't think like I was putting myself into serious conditions or something. Just like, my finger was already fine on this day, and then he made a really, really funny shot with a mirroring of mine in the water, which he mirrored in the main shot. Oop, and this is us getting to Vincent's trick request.
The true top Soyal to top Mistral.
There I was already getting close to it, but you have to know that before filming I already bailed myself pretty hard on the spot. Yeah, I smashed my knee on the stone on the ground.
Shit, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. This was like the second, a bit more serious injury on the trip. Oofty. So yeah, I was into a bit of a tiny spiral of injuries. But still all fine. I just, yeah, a few tiny weirdo bails. But it was getting dark, but actually I wasn't under pressure because I was getting really close to the trick. I was, again, like, smiling a lot. I was like, yeah, we'll have it in a few minutes. I'm just enjoying the process right now. Hey, Vince was actually way more happy than me. I remember he was smiling. He was smiling so much. Like the next 5 minutes, Vince was just smiling. Oh, and then he came back. This is us already like on the way back home hunting the last spot.
I think it's even around the corner. From
Yeah, it was just around the corner of the other spot. But the funny thing is, right after I landed with the trick request, then he came back with like 3 bottles.
Oh shit, 100 yen per bottle.
The melon soda, and then he was hunting for it the last days and he found super cheap ones. And he was bringing back like 4 or 3. Yeah, really funny moment.
The Tokyo Tower.
Next day, me getting more exhausted and still not convinced to stop a day.
So this is Itabashi. We spent this day with Kaji.
And actually, this time we kind of not found the spots, but for this day we checked the area by our own through videos and Google Earth, and we found a few spots by our own, which was quite funny because we've been hanging around with Kaji, who was actually the sickest spot guide in Tokyo. Yeah, me playing around and stepping up my Cesslight game. I like Cesslights, but I've never been really strong on them. But at this spot, I was really hungry for it. Because I knew the spot before through a video of Shintaro. He did like a soul and then Cesslight into it. And it looked so amazing, and I was kind of imagining seeing my good homie Jan Ebert, who used to be really good at Cesslights, and like out of an homage to pay respect to him, I wanted to try a classical Jan Ebert move, which is this X grind to Unity Savannah Cesslight into a pawn, true spin pawn thing move. And it worked so well because I was afraid of these stones.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like an interesting story. For European guys, those stones will probably look like, oh, those thingies look scary. They won't slide, they are flying. You don't feel those tiny gaps, even on torques and backslides. You're just flying over it. Amazing curves.
Yeah, so this is still in Itabashi. You see Kaji's getting the amazing angle from the tree. It's this outwards kinked rail. And this is where you fucked up your ankle.
Yeah, another one.
Another one. Yeah, you can see like at the kink there's a hole in the ground in the bushes. And there's like this stones laying around in a little tiny like dried up river thing.
Yeah.
Eugen managed to get his foot straight into the hole and twisted the fuck out of it.
And fun fact, I twisted my ankle right before the trip. Maybe not right, but a few months ago. But it healed up right before the trip. So I was pretty paranoid about getting my ankle again twisted. And like always, I think it's
there it
this
is.
funny saying, like everything that should happen will happen stuff. So yeah, the most paranoid thing I was worried about happened. I twisted my ankle. This time not to the outside, so my top side ligaments were actually fine, but to the inside. So pretty dangerous, like on proper landings and negatives and bending to the inside, it was really painful. But people who know me know that I'm not the guy who directly stops. I just taped up my ankle pretty hard to stop the pumping and so it won't get swollen that fast. And I kept trying it because I knew I will get it in a few tries.
Yeah, I think we chilled for like half an hour just drinking water. It was really hot this day. And
Yeah, I remember.
then eventually, it's just fuck it, let's just power through it and go.
This was the last series, but the last major accident that happened to me on this trip. All the other engineers been just tiny bruises and stuff. But after this one, I knew I will have to stop. This was too far. If something else happens, I will probably break something. We're going too far.
We found this like stone cover.
Yeah.
Like a stone plate that we put over the hole so we wouldn't go into it again. And it definitely helped.
Yeah.
With the
Definitely.
mental barrier of
Yeah.
not being able to go in the hole at the same place.
Yeah. Even not this. I remember like 2 tries after we put the plate on this place, I smashed right against the plate, and I was so lucky that I was on it. Look at Kaji. The tree was actually pretty high. Then he's super tall, and Kaji was on top of the tree, so it was at least 4 meters or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the spot was just beautiful. The run-up wasn't the best, but as a German rollerblader, you get used to shitty run-ups, so it was still okay. It was more about the wall rail, and the scenario was the beautiful background.
That's a save.
Yeah, I didn't want it to go up again, I just wanted to chill.
Oh, you can see the stone plate over there.
Yeah, and the train was next to the spot. Pretty nice. Another one. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. I try to roll down pretty safe and don't put my hands too high and act like, oh my god, I need to stay safe. Try to act cool. Oh yeah, I love the shot. Creepy sandy pie. Look at this centipede.
I know I got it.
So this is Saitama. We joined up with Hugh and Suichiro. And yeah, you can see the whole crew just hanging out here. Dan, Shintaro, Miki and Yuto.
And we have to explain, this is after 2 or 2.5 days break after the last filming day. Yeah, we met up with Kazu for a really nice show there. This was my first time blading, so I injured ankle. My pinky I was still taping it, but it was already a bit better. My knee was already swollen down. I took a really good rest. I was a bit sad that I couldn't join Vince the days before because he was going to the Chimera Games and visiting all the locals. I was pretty sad about it. But I had to decide, like, for my body, I took the rest. Wasn't walking a lot, just staying at our place and walking to the next shrine. But it was the best decision. So yeah, all my injuries went swelling down a bit. I could blade again. Ooh, and I was enjoying those waves. Look at this.
Yeah, this is also a classic, iconic Tokyo spot. This has been in so many skate videos and skateboard photos. It's just such an amazing architecture.
I was hitting one of the bumps behind me, but yeah, I was fine. But yeah, I was hungry. After 2 days I'm not filming, I was really juiced to get a few more clips. So I tried this funny line. So double Toro slide. Shout out to the mushroom dudes. And you can almost hear it. Like the curbs went really smooth. Just a tiny amount of wax, and they've been grinding in over the years, and so they've been just really smooth. Yeah, and Shintaro showed us this spot, which he used to do. But actually it was really hard to get it all the way done. It was like 4 waves and pretty rough. We had to my iPod got lost on the shot. We had to put on a lot of wax and took a lot of speed to grind it all the way. I did it a few times and it was, yeah, I was quite happy at the end. I liked the clip, but I just kept pushing it because I hoped I can figure out something else or even a bit more. And then I came up with a funny idea to jump out of one of the waves. And I wasn't quite sure about it because it felt like maybe a bit too short grind or something. But Danny and Vince actually enjoyed the clip, so yeah, I kept doing it and did a disaster backslider. Switch tiny backslider.
So we passed this earlier in the day and then we decided to go back at night. We brought the lights out and first Eugen wanted to disaster rally top hornet.
Yeah.
But then realized that that's fucking dangerous.
It was really small rail actually. So disaster topside would be pretty dangerous if you fail. So I know it sounds a bit retarded right now, but the 360 Royale was actually easier and more safer. I'm pretty good with 360 Royales. And I think Zoichiro been once there and he did a few disasters and he told me like how fast I need to go and stuff. I talked a bit with him, so yeah. We figured out, and it worked.
But that was actually was it the first time you did a 450 disaster on a rail?
Yeah, a lot of first times in this video.
Same with this one, like this spot we came to like the first or second day.
I think the first day, right after the plane.
And the rail was taped.
Yeah.
The bottom rail was taped as a skate stopper, and we ripped all the tape off. But it was sticky from all the glue, and then we came back after that whole day with switcher on the guys.
And I was already really tired. This was the first day skating after 2 days break, so my body was still a bit tired. And after the disaster 360 Royale, do you remember, guys? We didn't even been at home. We just like go in, pack the clothing, and directly left the building again to go to this spot because I really wanted this 360 Royale. It was like the first day with my dream trick. This was another dream trick, landing a 360 Royale for Vince and Danny on the strip. And it was another inspiration of the old school tricks, like Farm used to do 360 Royale and feet or something. Yeah, so I wanted to land it on this spot that I...
And originally he wanted to line the rail underneath, but it was retaped, and literally 5 seconds after he landed the 360 torque sole, the security guard came.
Yeah.
So
we just stopped. It was like a perfect sign. We are done.
Yeah, we moved on to this spot. It's the sign, and this is in Nishi Shinjuku.
Yeah.
And we stayed out till like 4 in the morning or something here.
Yeah, probably.
Because we missed the train, and we just said, fuck it, let's just go and skate until we're dead, eat, and then take a cab home.
It was pretty crazy.
I was afraid of the piece.
Yeah, you could tell you were so exhausted. I was just sitting there like, you're fucking insane. You're doing this for like an hour after a whole day of skating.
I was playing around a bit with my luckiness that day because I told Danny I will get 8 clips. Sometimes I'm just joking around, but then I'm getting a bit serious and want to have this exact amount just to piss off my brother. And I got them at the end. Maybe a bit too much for my body again. Oops, but I got them done and I was pretty happy. This was more of a bonus, those 2 clipsies, because the spot was just around the corner of the 360 Royale spot. And we already been there on the first days with Yuto. I already did something similar, so I just had to redo it and do it a bit better and get my last clipsies. Train rides, endless train rides.
Yeah, a lot of train rides on this trip.
Yeah.
Every day, a lot of train riding.
Funny train rides, actually. Really quiet train rides.
You were the loudest person on the trains.
Always.
Always, actually.
Even louder than the speakers.
Yeah, I think even in Moscow I would be the loudest, bro. You need to know in probably Japan, whole Japan, like the local people are pretty quiet on train rides. Not a lot of sounds and speaking.
So this is Higashi-Ojima. This is also a classic Tokyo spot. Like this area has got a lot of different things, and especially this curb and the little down rails are also classic ones. We were chilling here for a couple of hours, nothing special, and then started clipping up at the end.
Yeah, everybody kind of fell in love with the place. I remember even Vince put on some acro blades and did some grinds. Everybody really enjoyed it. Even Danny made a tiny clip on the stairs. So yeah, I was making the funny two-spin drop line. I enjoyed like jumping into the stairs, and then I came up with this idea. And I wasn't that jazzed about it because it felt a bit too short. But again, Vince and Danny convinced me like the movement is fucked up again. Trust us, let's get it filmed. Sometimes I don't know. If you're filming most of the times with your brother and stuff, your perception of what you're doing is you're getting used to the stuff you're doing, and sometimes you don't know if it's still good quality or if it's still a hard trick for normal people who are not skating with you. But
to to make up for the short curved rail, you decided to do a fish brain on a long curved
Exactly.
rail instead.
Yeah, I'm compensating a lot. I have a few OCDs if it comes to getting clips.
Well, this is another good one.
This was insane. Like right before the camera was even put up, I almost landed it. And I was talking to Danny in this clip because I thought I won't do it, and then I still did it. So I was like, sorry Danny, I won't do it. Oh, I will do it. Sorry, oh, I fucked it up. And then I redone it again for another angle because Danny wanted to film it a bit better. Oh. Yeah, a lot of kids. Yeah, those rails been just insane. It looked like a paradise to me. If I would build a spot, which I should session all day at home, something like this would be like really narrow, tiny rails, tons of them in front of them, next to each other, sideways transfers. Yeah, this is what I'm dreaming of, guys. I could skate it actually.
You can see the facial expression of the old lady in the back there. Just, what the hell is this white boy doing?
Why is he surfing? Ding! Yeah, and I really wanted to jump over the tiny thing. I'm always into tiny details. They're making the difference for me. Oh. Oh, this was another kick-out spot, I remember.
Yeah, we got kicked out for the spot. The guy called the cops, and the police showed up and he asked if we had seen any skateboarders. We just said no, we've just been rolling around here. No, not skating any rails or anything.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do Top Souls 360, so Filmmakers, shout out to you. Switch up. But I was getting closer, but this guy came, we didn't want it to push it too far. We already been lucky to skate it that much, so we were just leaving. But yeah, we found some more spots. Yeah, I filmed a tiny fisheye clip. Yeah, this one happened again out of my annoyingness to my brother because I wanted to get them out of clips. I was joking around that day. I was pushing it a bit too far. But hey, on the other hand, then you wanted to film a fisheye, here you have your fisheye. And I was trying, oh it was so windy, look at my clothes. I was trying a super slow going cruise pin torque on the underbar.
Almost.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more technically difficult tricks. Like, you can see your knee is white from hitting the rail so many times and being over it with one foot and under. It's you ate a lot of shit on this rail.
Definitely. It was probably one of the, not most technical, but most difficult tricks I ever did. Because the trick itself is pretty easy to me. But it's all about the obstacles and all about the details. Look at me eating shit. I was so surprised so many times on this one. Yeah, but I've always been dreaming about something like this in my whole lifetime. And for sure I saw a few rails. But yeah, you're not just waking up a day and thinking like, yeah, let's get a true spin torque on the underbar done. To fish brain. And put your feet over the rail and then take it back. Oh yeah.
So that's the last day. That's the last clips. This is a nice little skyline of Ikebukuro, Tokyo. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I hope you enjoyed the videos. And peace.
Peace out.
Peace!